Red Shadows, Alyssa Carson on Mars. The year was 2035. Alyssa Carson, the young astronaut who had trained for nearly her entire life, became the first human to set foot on Mars. Years of simulations, spaceflight exercises, and living in analog Martian environments had prepared her well, or so she thought. As the airlock hissed open and she stepped onto the red soil, a surge of awe filled her. But beneath the beauty of the Martian landscape lay a world of harsh, unrelenting challenges. Mars was unforgiving. The thin atmosphere, less than 1% of Earth's, meant there was no room for error. One small tear in her suit could lead to instant depressurization. Radiation levels were dangerously high, as Mars lacked a magnetic field to shield from cosmic rays and solar particles. Every step outside the habitat was a careful dance with death. Despite months of meticulous planning, things started going wrong during the third week. A powerful dust storm swept over the base, lasting far longer than expected. Solar panels were buried, cutting off power. Communication with Earth grew patchy. With dwindling energy, they had to ration everything: oxygen, water from the life support system, and even psychological support sessions, which Alyssa found crucial in the isolated Martian silence. But nothing prepared her for Sol 42. During a solo EVA to inspect a sensor array, Alyssa noticed something strange: a deep rumbling beneath her boots. At first, she thought it was in her head, but then the ground shuddered. A Marsquake. Scientists had theorized these before, but experiencing one firsthand was terrifying. Her helmet's display blinked red, structural integrity warning. A nearby ridge crumbled, sending a wave of rock and dust toward her. She sprinted toward a supply cache, lungs heaving, heart pounding against the suit's pressure vest. One misstep and her leg plunged into a hidden fissure. Her suit tore at the knee, triggering an emergency seal. Alarms screamed in her ears. With effort bordering on superhuman, she dragged herself out and activated the beacon. Inside the base, systems were barely functioning. The quake had shifted part of the habitat structure, and Alyssa was forced to use a backup entry hatch. She patched the tier herself using procedures she had only trained for in simulations. 4 hours, she lay in the emergency chamber, shaking not from cold, but from the raw terror of what could have been her final moments. She had conquered space travel, isolation, and the unknown, but Mars had reminded her that it wasn't just a destination, it was a force. When communications were restored days later, Alyssa's message to Earth was simple: we're alive, but Mars isn't a place that welcomes you. You have to earn your right to be here.